Hello collective. It is an absolute pleasure to be connecting with you once again. If you're new, my name is Yasmin. I'm an intuitive healer guiding you through the lessons of the human experience through healing and empowerment tools and channeled messages. Today I wanted to talk about the inner child, specifically inner child wounding, what is it, and our past selves, how we can utilize this aspect of us in time in order to ascend and therefore progress forward. Did you know that the inner child exists within us even as adults? The inner child is our lifelong partner. It's the aspect of us from childhood that stays with us for the rest of our lives. And oftentimes it appears before us in the form of triggers through our connections, whether personal, professional, intimate relationships. And it can sometimes appear in such profound ways where our ego steps before our heart-centered decision-making and action and communication. And oftentimes we find ourselves in a place where we say, well, why did I react that way? Why was I so bothered by that experience? As adults, we owe it to ourselves in order to truly transform our lives in the best way possible to heal it, to understand it, to provide a platform for it to consistently be acknowledged and heard. This means every single day you are doing something to fill your cup up, to fill your inner child up, and to therefore allow it once again a place to be seen, heard, accepted, and loved. Psychologically, our inner child starts at the age of 2.5 up until 10 years old. You may have had the most traumatic experience, which if you have, my heart is with you. And I courageously love you in this moment for being willing to watch this video and step into your power to heal this aspect of you in time. And similarly, you may have also experienced something that might not be traumatic, but your inner child perceived it that way from that age. See, our inner child is a different form of consciousness. We were younger, right? We saw things from such pure and innocent eyes. Because we were so innocent, something as simple as a no, you cannot go play outside could have wounded us to believe some sort of rejection. That when we end up in a relationship later on in our life, and we do experience some type of rejection, we find ourselves feeling wounded and hurt, thinking that there's something wrong with us, when in reality, there was just an aspect of us in time when we were told no. If you have set boundaries with your partner, and your partner doesn't respect those boundaries, and you say, maybe I shouldn't have set boundaries in the first place, maybe my partner really doesn't love me because they're not respecting my boundaries, when in reality, you setting boundaries could have been a trigger for your partner. It could have been a trigger for your partner because at some point in time in their childhood, they were told no. They experienced rejection in the form of a no or some type of other rejection they may have had, which then led to them feeling rejected in that moment by you placing boundaries. Your boundaries may have left that person feeling unloved or unworthy of receiving your love. Now, inner child wounding is not to say that we have to let go of our boundaries or allow other people to step all over us. Actually, quite the contrary. Inner child wounding means that we have to have an open heart and know that every single one of us on the planet is literally dealing with something. For you to embark on this journey of connecting more closely with your inner child will allow you to ascend forward in a way where you now have the tools to be able to communicate more clearly and effectively of your needs, right? Of what you want and desire in your life. But also healing the inner child will allow you to understand your triggers so much so that you now have the opportunity to respond to them differently. We have to start by forgiving the aspect of us who may have felt hurt or in pain. We have to be willing to say, today, right here, right now, the adult you, the person that is watching this video, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not unlovable. You are not alone. You are not unwise. You are so loved, and you have all of the knowledge and power within you. The only thing is, if you're doubting that, you just have to go back in time and understand why. You don't need to have a particular date and time or event in your mind for when that experience, when that initial wounding happened. You just have to know what that experience could have been. This takes time. It's not easy to heal the inner child. Personally, I've been spending the last 3 years trying to understand aspects of my upbringing that were not traumatic, but a simple no, and why that formulated this belief into my mind that I was not worthy to receive anything that is good for me. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you want to create the best life for yourself and attract the most abundance, you're gonna have to be willing to take your time with this process and truly identify how you can now love the younger you and the you right now more by remembering to heal the past, by remembering to forgive those who may have hurt you because they didn't have the same consciousness as you might have right now to heal yourself, by remembering to forgive the experiences that made you feel unworthy. And remember, you're forgiving for you. You don't necessarily have to forget that person or that situation, but you need to forgive you in order to fully heal and progress forward. One of my friends, her name is Jetty from the Bobo Collective, I'll go ahead and tag her below. She provided a reference to me a few months ago about going into the basement of your house and digging up all of those old boxes. If you don't work on yourself in this deep and intimate way, if you don't give yourself the opportunity to connect with your childhood and understand where things might have hurt you in some shape or form, your relationships may be compromised. Our inner child asks us to courageously step up at this point in time and to love it, to accept it, to heal it, and to understand it and know that it's okay. You are loved, my sweet friend. You are loved. You are worthy. You are so brilliant and wise. And I know that if you're watching this video and you resonate with this, then you are surely on the journey to ascension. With all my heart, we will connect again soon. And until next time, my loves, go and grow.